Welcome back everyone. Today I will be giving you my top picks for the best game from each genre in gaming. Let's start with roguelikes. In these games you typically control a character exploring procedurally generated dungeons or levels. What sets roguelikes apart is the emphasis on permanent death. If your character dies, you usually have to start from the beginning. The best roguelike game in my humble opinion is Hades. In Hades you control Zagreus, the son of Hades, as he attempts to escape the underworld. Independent developer Supergiant Games created a combat system that rivals even the most expensive AAA games. It's difficult, it's fast-paced, and it's highly satisfying. The art direction is fantastic, the soundtrack is solid, and the dialogue with the Greek gods is fun and interesting. The survival horror genre is all about creating an atmosphere of fear and tension while challenging players to survive against horrifying enemies and situations. These games often feature limited resources, vulnerable protagonists, and a sense of isolation that heightens the feeling of dread. I think the standout game in this genre is The Last of Us Part 2. It is a linear, character-focused, narrative-driven, atmospheric game set in post-apocalyptic America. It is the most awarded game of all time, with critics praising the storytelling and writing, which rivals the best movies and TV shows out there. The sound design and the art direction are also considered to be the best in the industry. The combat in The Last of Us Part 2 is a gritty and intense experience that requires players to use a variety of weapons and tactics to survive. Stealth is crucial for navigating enemy-infested areas, while melee combat adds depth to close-quarter encounters. Players must manage their resources carefully and utilize the environment to gain the upper hand against intelligent and dynamic enemies, and the brilliant soundtrack by Gustavo perfectly complements the atmosphere and elevates the experience. Soulslike games are a subgenre of RPGs inspired by the gameplay mechanics and difficulty of From Software's Soul series, which includes titles like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Bloodborne. These games are known for their pushing difficulty, intricate level design, deep combat system, and atmospheric storytelling. The best Soulslike game is, I believe, Elden Ring, the newest Soulslike game from Software. Even though these kinds of games are not my cup of tea, I can't deny the brilliance of this game. While it's light on the story side of things, the open world is a marvel to behold, offering players unparalleled freedom unlike any other game. The gameplay is deeply satisfying and remarkably fair, ensuring that every victory feels earned and every defeat a lesson learned. With over 150 boss encounters, the game presents an unparalleled challenge that tests players' skills and determination. It's a vast and sprawling adventure that will take countless of hours to fully explore and master, but every moment spent in the lands between is an experience worth cherishing. The horror genre in games is all about creating a sense of fear, tension, and unease in players, often through atmospheric storytelling, immersive environments, and terrifying encounters. Until Dawn is an interactive horror game developed by Supermassive Games and released in 2015 for the PS4. It's a cinematic adventure that puts players in control of a group of 8 young adults who find themselves trapped at a remote mountain lodge, haunted by dark secrets and pursued by a mysterious killer. I'm not gonna say a lot about this game because the game is all about the mystery, and if you're going to play it, it's best to know as little as possible about it. The superhero genre in games revolves around characters with extraordinary abilities, often based on comic books, movies, or original creations. This genre has been getting really popular lately with games like Gotham Knights and Spider-Man 2, but I think easily the best game from the superhero genre is Spider-Man 2018. And the main reason why it's so good is that this game is story and characters first and superhero stuff second. It also features a solid soundtrack, witty and funny dialogue, and swinging mechanics that don't get old even after 100 hours. The sports genre in video games encompasses a wide range of titles that simulate various real-life sports and activities. And I will be completely honest, from this genre the only two games that I have played are NBA 2K and FIFA. And I personally like FIFA a bit more. FIFA focuses on simulating the sport of soccer, and since I'm a big fan of the sport, I naturally like FIFA. But I will say this, if you're going to play FIFA, please don't play the super pay-to-win mode called Ultimate Team. Instead, give the My Career mode a chance. The open world adventure genre encompasses games that offer expansive, non-linear environments for players to explore, discover, and interact with. And I think the standout here is Red Dead Redemption 2. Set in the late 1800s, players assume the role of Arthur Morgan, a member of an outlaw gang led by Dutch van der Linde. The game offers a vast and immersive open world, rich with diverse environments, dynamic weather systems, and a plethora of activities. The narrative is a compelling exploration of loyalty, morality, and the consequences of one's actions within a changing landscape. With its stunning visuals, detailed world building, and engaging gameplay mechanics, RDR2 stands as a hallmark of the open world genre, and it is a must-play title for fans of immersive storytelling and exploration. The strategy genre in games encompasses titles that challenge players to think critically, plan ahead, and make tactical decisions to achieve victory. This genre is reserved for nerds like me who are willing to spend over 1,000 hours looking at a map. All the new Paradox interactive games are decent, but I think Hearts of Iron 4 barely edges out the others. It is an immersive strategy game set during World War II. In the game, you take on a role of a leader of a nation and guide it through the years of war. You'll make strategic decisions on diplomacy, research, production, and military operations to achieve your goals. The game offers a deep and detailed simulation of the era with realistic mechanics for politics, warfare, and economics. The only problem with this game is that a lot of the fun mechanics are locked behind expensive DLCs. The action-adventure genre combines elements of both action and adventure, offering players a blend of thrilling combat, exploration, puzzle solving, and narrative-driven gameplay. And it also happens to be the most popular and my personal favorite genre. The best game could have went to either God of War Ragnarok or Uncharted 4, but I would say Uncharted 4 is slightly better. Uncharted 4 A Thief's End is the fourth installment in the Uncharted series, following the adventures of treasure hunter Nathan Drake as he searches for legendary pirate treasure. The game features thrilling action, immersive storytelling, and stunning visuals, making it a must-play for fans of action-adventure games. Uncharted 4 has aged like fine wine. Even though it's 8 years old, it still rivals modern games in almost every aspect of gaming. The action genre in gaming focuses on fast-paced, adrenaline-pumping gameplay that challenges players' reflexes, timing, and coordination. And the best game from this genre is 2019's Game of the Year, Sekiro. Sekiro takes players on a journey through the late 1500s Sengoku period of Japan, blending elements of historical fiction with Japanese mythology and folklore. The highlight of Sekiro is its combat. If I could describe it in one word, I would say satisfying. When you manage to perfectly time your blocks and parries to counter enemy attacks, it feels like a real triumph. And the animations are so smooth and the sound effects so impactful. It's like you're right there in the heat of the battle. Plus the camera angles really draw you in and make every fight feel intense and immersive. It's those moments of overcoming tough enemies that really make you feel like a master ninja, and that's what keeps players coming back for more. The comedy genre in games encompasses titles that prioritize humor and lightheartedness, aiming to entertain players through comedic storytelling, dialogue, characters, and gameplay mechanics. And while many comedy games are indie titles, I think one of the few AAA comedy games is the best in the genre. This game is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. The chemistry between the Guardians drives the comedy tone, leading to hilarious interactions and conflicts as they work together to save the galaxy. Overall, the game delivers a lighthearted and entertaining experience that keeps players laughing and engaged throughout. But just like the movies, this game can also be emotional when it wants. It is a super underrated game that every Guardians of the Galaxy fan should play. Co-op games, short for cooperative games, are all about teamwork and collaboration. Unlike competitive multiplayer games where players face off against each other, co-op games allow players to work together towards a common goal, completing missions, solving puzzles, or battling enemies as a team. And once again, we have a standout in this genre and its 2021 Game of the Year, It Takes Two. In this game, two players control the characters of Cody and May, who must work together to navigate various challenges after being turned into dolls by their daughter's magic tears. With unique abilities and mechanics, players collaborate to solve puzzles, overcome obstacles, and progress through diverse environments. Alongside the gameplay, the game tells a heartfelt story about love and reconciliation with colorful visuals and dynamic gameplay. The choice-based genre of games, also known as interactive storytelling games, puts players in control of the story direction through the decisions they make. And I really love this genre. For me, the best game in it is easily 2018's Detroit Become Human. Set in a futuristic Detroit where players control three main characters, Connor, Kara, and Marcus, each with their own storyline. The game features a branching narrative with multiple story paths and endings determined by players' choice. Focusing on themes of artificial intelligence, humanity, and morality, players must navigate ethical dilemmas, make moral decisions, and confront issues of identity and freedom as they shape the fates of these three characters. Now, another thing about this game is that it's super controversial due to its portrayal of sensitive themes such as discrimination and violence. Some criticize the game's handling of these topics, feeling it lacked nuance or presented them in a heavy-handed manner. Additionally, the studio, Quantic Dream, has faced allegations of toxic work environment. But with all that said, I still like the game a lot and I felt it was worth my time. The stealth genre in gaming focuses on players players using tactics, patience and evasion to progress through levels while avoiding detection, and the best stealth game and the most underrated Assassin's Creed game is AC Syndicate. Set in Victorian-era London during the Industrial Revolution, players control twin assassins Jacob and TV Fry as they fight against the Templar Order to liberate the city. The game features an open-world London to explore with a balance of stealth and combat gameplay mechanics. Players can recruit and lead their own gang, engage with historical figures and experience diverse mission types, but the best missions in the game are the assassination missions. They are really well designed with multiple ways to approach each one. You really need to experience them to be able to appreciate them. The Sandbox genre refers to games that offer players open-ended, non-linear gameplay within a virtual world. So basically, if you want to do something, you should be able to do it. Minecraft is a sandbox video game known for its open-world exploration, creative building and blocky graphics. Players can survive and thrive in a procedurally generated world, gathering resources, building structures, and facing challenges from hostile creatures. With both survival and creative modes, as well as multiplayer options, and a thriving modding community, Minecraft offers endless possibilities for creativity, collaboration, and adventure. There are obviously a ton of gaming genres that I wasn't able to cover today, but if you enjoyed the video and want a part 2, please let me know in the comments below.